If you're charged with a crime or offense here in New Jersey, the first question most people have is, should I get an attorney? Yes, you should absolutely get an attorney. The real question is, should you go with the public defender or hire a private attorney? For over 20 years, I've worked in the criminal justice system, both in the public sector and in the private sector. And I'm about to break it down with complete candor, the difference between the two, because this decision matters. I'm Daniel Rosenberg, a criminal defense attorney and partner at Rosenberg, Perry & Associates, a New Jersey criminal defense law firm. And the first decision everyone needs to make when they're arrested or charged is who's going to be representing them. So let's start with public defenders. If you can't afford your own attorney, the court can appoint one to represent you, and that's your public defender. Oftentimes, these lawyers are highly trained, experienced, and dedicated to criminal justice. I see them in court all the time. They're in court daily, trying cases, negotiating with prosecutors, fighting for their clients. But here's the challenge. It's volume. Public defenders often have an extremely large number of cases assigned to them at the same time. I've seen situations where public defenders have been assigned over 300 cases at one time. And that doesn't mean they're not great at what they do. It just means they're stretched too thin. In addition to volume, the other issue you have with a public defender is you don't get to choose your attorney. So if you get assigned an excellent attorney and they've got the bandwidth to represent you well, you're probably in good shape. But if you get one of those other attorneys that don't know what they're doing or they're not that experienced, that's your attorney. On the other hand, when you hire a private attorney, you're paying for more than just courtroom time. You're paying for bandwidth, for strategy, for access. A private attorney can control their caseload when a public defender can't. Private attorneys can reject cases, a public defender cannot. We don't accept every case that comes in the door. We only accept a certain number of cases. And all of our attorneys have a limited number of cases that they can accept at a given time, so we don't run into the same issue that public defenders do. This means we have more time to dig into the cases and really figure out the best way to advocate for our clients. We can review the evidence, watch all of the surveillance footage, all the body-worn camera footage, interview witnesses, do legal research, file motions, and develop a customized strategy. You also get more one-on-one time with your attorney. We talk to all of our clients directly and frequently. It is a goal of ours to maintain constant communication with our clients so that they know what's going on with their case and that all of their questions are answered. And that level of service, that level of representation, and the time that's poured into your file, that oftentimes can be the difference in the outcome of a case. So here's a side-by-side comparison to help you decide what's in your best interest. When it comes to the public defender, the pros are they're free or very low cost, often very experienced with local judges and prosecutors, and they have a deep knowledge of courtroom procedures. Now, the downside of public defenders, they have high caseloads, which means limited time for your case. It's harder to get updates and one-on-one meetings. Also, you don't get to choose who your public defender is. Whoever you get assigned is who you get. On the other hand, is a private attorney. The positives are they have more time and resources for each client. There's easier access for questions, updates, and strategy. You get to interview and choose the attorney that's going to be representing you. The downside is you have to pay, and not all attorneys are equal. Make sure you choose someone with real experience in criminal defense, not just someone who does a little bit of everything. So what do I recommend? Well, that's really going to depend on your specific situation. If you're facing serious charges, something that exposes you to jail or prison, or could affect your job or your livelihood, then I always recommend you at least consult with a private attorney. Even if you're facing an offense that doesn't have jail or prison associated with it, these sorts of convictions can affect you long term. And speaking with a private attorney can give you some perspective. Even if they're not a right fit, or even if you can't afford them for whatever the reason, it'll give you some guidance and help you make a more informed decision. And if you end up going with the public defender, having a consultation with a private attorney will help you understand what questions to ask your public defender so you get the information you need to make an informed decision about your case. And if you're not sure what you can afford, have that conversation. Our firm doesn't charge anything for consultations. We can discuss your case, lay out your options, discuss the defense strategy, and maybe we're the right fit for you. We're talking about your freedom, your permanent criminal record, your future. You deserve to have the information you need to make an informed decision about what's best for you and your specific circumstances. If you're facing charges in New Jersey and you want an honest, straightforward conversation about your case, reach out.